Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit moon, sextile or trine, one's natal Black Moon Lilith. Now, this transit may manifest in feelings, emotions, needs, reactions, family. Could be in harmony with the negative manifestation of the sign. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be in agreement with any the negative, the qualities that are associated with the Black Moon Lilith. That could be the most negative manifestation of the sign that it's in. But what it can be is that when you have this transit, it could be where you're trying, to do if you're trying to do something to get away from that, to embrace the higher level of it. This is where they can actually be in support of this right now. And maybe the company of family, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life, they might be more supportive and maybe their company will limit that negative expression of the sign. The thing is, let's say, for example, if somebody has their natal Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, this could be a person, negatively expressed, as far as the expression of the BML, Black Moon Lilith. The person may, be somebody that's a provocateur, a person that may try to instigate, something by making a caustic remark or what have you, in order to evoke a very negative, retaliation or reaction. Maybe it may be done. It may be done to get that other person in trouble, so that other person has to face repercussions. It could be a very vengeful placement, and this could be where people that are very, supportive of you, again, your home, people that are prominent in your home life, your family members, the mother, prominent women in your life. These people may be able to help deal with the negative energy connected with that. The natal Black Moon Lilith is in Leo, say. It could be a person that's, is a very domineering, type of streak, or somebody that could be very arrogant and egotistical. Again, the Black Moon Lilith reflects the very negative manifestation of the sign, and the thing is, the people that are, close to home with at this time could help you deal with that negative energy and expression of that sign. Now, the Black Moon Lilith is also connected with formidable adversaries. It's people that may play a provocative role in your life, but it could also be powerful enemies as well. And this is where, if you're dealing with somebody, and say if you have the natal BML in the 7th house, it could be a legal opponent. If it's in the 10th house, it could be somebody that could be slandering you, or somebody that's constantly trying to bring your reputation and public image down. This is where you could get more of the support and people to care more about this at this time, more so than usual. Now, keep in mind that this transit, only lasts about 10 hours on an average. If you're using a 3-degree applying aspect and 2-degree separation aspect for this. And the thing about this too is, again, the Black Moon Lilith is can reflect the dark side of the sign that it's in. It can be nefarious energy. If the Black Moon Lilith is, say, in Aquarius, it could be, overly, non-conforming, rebellious. It could be radical behavior to an extreme, as an example. And this could be the time where you may be able, to maybe react to this better, to be able, maybe to understand what's going on with that energy and respond to it accordingly, and maybe do something to try to contain it, or at least try to embrace, the higher level of it. I have my natal Black Moon Lilith in Leo in the 4th house. So if I'm, going to try to embrace the higher level of it, it can be simply, expressing generosity in the home. It could be doing something, entertainment out of the home, for example, or taking pride more in the latter part of life, getting prepared for it, and being, maybe I could show fierce loyalty to that part of my life. I'm already in that. If you consider 50 and older the latter part of one's life, Um, and maybe it might even require some extravagance getting ready for it because I do have the BML in Leo. Um, Another thing too is that, and also expressing those qualities at the core could be another positive aspect of the good qualities of Leo, such as being magnanimous, generous, courageous, uh, creative, as some examples. The thing, and extroverted and gregarious. Now, another thing too is that when you have this transit, um, the Black Moon is what we don't want unveiled. It's what you want to keep suppressed. And the thing is, home family members, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life, they may be more apt to keep it under wraps and understand what it is that you don't want to come out at this time. Or it may simply mean that you're willing to share that information more, the side that you don't want to cut, that you want suppressed, that you want to keep hidden, that you want dormant. You may be willing to share that more with home and family members at this time, more so than usual. If the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Virgo, say, maybe there's some kind of hypochondriac or germophobic qualities. I don't know if those words apply anymore, but you understand what I'm saying. It could be, excessively, criticizing somebody, being overly frugal or judgmental. And this could be a time where maybe you can open up more about those qualities, as an example, to home and family members. And the thing about the Black Moon Lilith too is also connected with the erotic sex drive. And you might be able to have, it could be the right amount of emotional energy to express that, the erotic sex drive at this time. If you have the natal Black Moon Lilith in Gemini, say, it could be a very powerful attraction, sexual attraction for younger people, as an example, or people that are simply very cerebral and intellectual or versatile. It can also be a time to, again, the Black Moon Lilith is not just connected with formidable adversaries, it's people that play a provocative or prominent role in your life. And this could be a time where these people, at this time, may be able to play a positive role, again, in you embracing more of the positive energy that's associated with the placement. Now, the BML is also associated with obsession and fixation. The energy is very comparable to Pluto. So this could be a time, when you have this this transit, that you may be able to control this, let's say, to some degree, because you are talking about the positive relationship of the moon in the Black Moon Lilith. And it can be that if you're doing something that's home related, maybe you can have certain passion or desire for it, but not necessarily over the top, where you're overly obsessed to it to the point where you're oblivious to something else. If the transit moon is in Gemini, say, it may be doing something with family that's associated with short journeys or vehicles. It could be working on a vehicle, something that requires manual dexterity, like auto or refrigeration mechanics, as an example. And the Black Moon Lilith is also connected with trauma. So if you have any trauma, whether it's on a physical or an emotional level at this time, this is where people that you're close to home with, prominent women in your life, family members, may be more supportive at this time and actually care more about it. And you might actually care more yourself in terms of dealing with it and nurturing that suffering, those wounds at this point in time, more so than usual. If your natal Black Moon Lilith is in Capricorn, say, it could be some trauma connected with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, the gallbladder, as some examples. Now, also, too, another way this transit may manifest is that you may feel, which is the moon, like engaging with prominent women in your, prominent people in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith. Hold on a moment. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, now let's say, for example, if the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Leo, in the 11th house, it could be people that prominent people may be extroverted, generous, which is Leo, and it could be a friend, which is the 11th house. Now, the mother and family members, which is connected with the moon, may be in favor of you embracing that higher level of the Black Moon Lilith placement. If the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Aries in the 12th house, as an example, it could be fighting, which is Aries, for those that are weak, that are passive, that are the less fortunate, which would include the hungry, the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, which is the 12th house. And this also can be an auspicious time to respond and react, which is the moon, to something that could be nefarious that is going on. Let's say, for example, if the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini in the 3rd house, it could be a mischievous, which is Gemini, neighbor, which is the 3rd house. Now, at the same time, you may easily express feelings, which is the moon, regarding the dark side of the Black Moon Lilith placement. Let's say, for example, if the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Taurus, it might be monetary promises you had made to some people, but you didn't follow up on it. It could be something connected with issues with persistence or perseverance, or just being overly acquisitive or avaricious or greedy. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.